I filed for divorce when my wife hid her secret friend with benefits for years. And Bob, and after 18 years of marriage, I discovered my wife Alice's best friend Mark was actually her former friend with benefits, and she had kept their intimate past secret. My sister Carol knew and never warned me. When Alice and I started dating, we agreed to cut ties with all exes, so learning this felt like a betrayal of the deepest kind. The betrayal cut deeper because Alice and I once vowed to be each other's rock and protect our family above all. Furious and crushed, I met with a lawyer and asked Alice to move out to her parents' home, more than 1 hour away. I also arranged a DNA test for our daughter Emma and our twin boys Lucas and Ethan, because Mark and I shared the same blonde hair and blue eyes. While we waited for results, Alice cried and insisted they were mine, but I could no longer trust her. I admitted that fear and envy drove me to that DNA test, but I needed proof to quiet the voice that whispered she had left me for excitement. The test confirmed the children were mine, by blood and soul. That news brought relief and renewed anger, so I refused to change my mind about divorce. The 2-story brick house I inherited from my grandfather remains in my name and ties me to a past of Sunday bike rides and chess lessons in his sunlit kitchen. I will pay Alice $100,000 to keep a stable roof over the kids' heads. Carol begged me to forgive her, only to learn she had manipulated Alice for her own reasons and lied about that past friendship. Alice agreed to cut off Mark, block Carol, submit to a polygraph, and attend both individual and couples therapy for the kids' sake. Our best friend Steve drove 3 hours to calm me and shared his story about parents who stayed together through lies and regrets and miserable years that never healed, and his blunt words hit me like a punch in the gut, but also freed me from endless what-ifs. After reviewing old messages, Alice admitted her shame and swore she never cheated after our wedding. Scheduling the polygraph and therapy shows I still believe healing is possible if transparency becomes our foundation. Alice and I are committed to weekly couples sessions and finding a child therapist to guide Emma, Lucas, and Ethan through this upheaval. I have no family besides Carol since my parents died, and losing my sister's support felt like losing roots I did not know I needed until it was gone. The road ahead will be rocky, but I love Alice and want to protect our children, and I'm determined to fight for the chance to rebuild trust, step by step. A story from Choice_Evidence1983.
I admire how the OP stood firm in the face of betrayal and protected his family, and I feel every pang of heartbreak he experienced when Alice and Carol broke his trust.
I wonder if the OP's rigid rule about exes planted the seed for deceit, and if Alice was trapped by a double standard that the OP never questioned until it exploded.
I am cracking up at the idea that Carol played puppet master in this soap opera, and the OP had to launch a DNA raid like an ex's SWAT team just to get answers.